for everyone. And I said that respectfully. No, God darn it, my content is okay. No, it's not. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. It's currently 12:17 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine of respect, and my content is not for everyone. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I truly hope that you continue to find peace with them, regardless to who gave up on you or what you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Gang stalking is real until it's your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing, let alone fame. That ain't just different. We ain't the same. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. When someone threatens your life, you're not wrong for speaking up for yourself, and especially when you never have malicious intentions. Even when someone threatens you that they will have a whole community go up against you, when you didn't have to do nothing besides be your authentic self, and I say that respectfully. You never had to hurt yourself or others around you, and I say that respectfully. How people try to manipulate your character traits because they're able to control the narrative, or because of the fact that they've been in the community for so long, but never allow someone to project fear in you. My content is not for everyone. To the genuine ones, I actually hope all is well in your end, and I actually hope that you continue to find peace with them, regardless to who gave up on you or what you did in your journey. My content is not for everyone. No, it's a trade on me, God darn it. My content is okay. Entertainment purposes only. I'm Naya, genuine love respect, and today is currently July 8th, 2025. No, it's a trick on me. You ever been big single and started dating somebody, whatever the case may be? Today era is completely different between like 10 years ago or whatever the case may be, or 15 years ago. No, it's a trick over me. No, for real. Back in the day or whatever the case may be, a motherfucker used to be scared and embarrassed to pull out motherfucking EBT card. No, it's a trick over me. Only if you motherfucking know. I got my visa, bitch. No, it's really tricked on me. Today, ever, motherfucker is so bold to pull that bitch out. No, for real. You can even go to McDonald's, Wendy's, all types of shit at the end of the day. No, it's a trick on me. Who the fuck does sign up for this bullshit? No, for real. What are y'all putting in the food, sir? It's a trick though for me. Let me tell you about what happened to me one day. I was minding my business, whatever the case may be. You ever been big single and decide to date somebody, whatever the case may be, that's bougie? No, it's a trick on me. The bitch got her food stamps. No, for real. You decide to go spend the night or whatever the case may be, mind your business or whatever the case may be. They like, come on, let's go to the store. No problem. You got a little couple of dollars in your pocket. You're not worried about that. But this fool decides to say, you know what, I'm going to pay for the food. It's a little bit too much. No, it's a trick of me. Why the fuck is you hiding your EBT card, bitch? No, it's really trick of me. First of all, why is you doing like this? What the fuck is wrong with your hand? No disrespect, but are you okay? No, for real. First of all, if you gonna bring out the motherfucking Visa card in the day, take the shit out. It should be no reason why you hiding with your motherfucking pocketbook, hiding behind yourself. Are you okay? No, for real. You ever watch somebody do a science project by taking their EBT card out their motherfucking bag, like probably 20, 15 years ago? No, ain't the trick over me. That shit looked so fucking funny. Like they didn't want the whole neighborhood to know they was on EBT. Bitch, we saw you on the line. Hello. And the trick on me, jackass. No, for real. I never understood this bullshit shit in the day. Motherfucker would feel so embarrassed by using their motherfucking EBT card back in the day, whatever the case may be. It's okay. We know that you putting food in your fridge, ma'am. Are you okay? My content is not for everybody. It was the embarrassment at the end of the day, coming from poverty and pain. It called you a bum, B-I-T-C-H, all because you was willing to understand change and growth when it comes to your mental health. I wasn't going to be in the same predicament for long, but who would have knew I wasn't trying to do myself wrong. Folks kicking me down, right, to left. Understand I truly had potential to become the best, when they wasn't pouring into me. But I couldn't shortchange myself of a vision they couldn't relate to. God said, dream big, I got you. When it come to your reality, you got chicks and dudes, warlocks, these terrorists, these witches at the end of the day, trying to dim you like to stir up the pot. But I fixed your crown. They would never understand you. They had to wild out. They said that you lack self-control when it comes to discipline. But hold on one second. You was holding it down. That energy is different when it comes to overcoming trauma and pain. You may get lost in your words, but understand God understood time and day. When it comes to your vocabulary, God gave you the verbs to understand why you healed, to understand the hold on one second. Confidence is good on you. They would never understand change and growth when you have to get physical. They threw spoke right to left. Being authentic truly bothers someone's mental health. because you understood to step out on faith at the end of the day. They didn't want you to maintain the smile when you didn't have to get physical. They wanted to kick you down, but hold on 1 second. God said you had the potential. You didn't have hate in your vein. God was never for selling. God was really keeping it real. How your heavenly mother, Father God never moved their hands off of you. How God was showing you that what life actually looks like, projecting at the end of the day. God, you truly healing. You ever asked God to reveal the enemy, alone the devil? And these folks just kept coming out in different types of levels. Has growth actually allowed you to see why you overcame that last testimony? Understanding the next chapter wasn't a mistake because God was showing you your faith. That energy is different. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. They said you whack in your corner, you are nobody. Here she goes again. Living in fear, overcoming poverty and pain. That's what they want me to relate to at the end of their even exchange. I never had hate in my vein, looking at my neighbor like competition. That was in my bloodline. I say that respectfully. Hold on 1 second, let me take that back. Not mine. And I say that respectfully, regardless to their lies. I had folks in my life that I had to dismiss. They was doing stuff for likes and views, let alone fame. At the end of the day, the disrespect was loud. I knew how to maintain folks' smile when they couldn't understand their own frown. And be the train of thought for me. How you come from poverty and pain, but you still know how to respect your neighbor. You never thought that you was better than nobody. You just knew 6 feet apart. Thank you, no thank you. I overcame the pain they couldn't relate to. Walk a day in my shoes, I ain't have to get physical. I was just speaking up for myself. They said I was mentally unstable. It'd be the train of thought for me. How you got chicks and dudes putting you in a category, sizing you up. The jealousy was real, but hold on 1 second. I never had envy. Hold on 1 second. In my mental health, I wanted everybody around me to win. Even when they try to dim my light, to paint me out to be somebody I truly wasn't. When it came to that hate crime that day, they wanted me to be psyched out my free will. They was throwing spoke right to left like the next door neighbor and different tags back with their bad habits. And then as soon as I spoke up for myself, they said I was dead ass wrong. I'm a snitch or whatever the case may be because they wanted to do me wrong. I was walking alone in these streets, but God was holding my back. Showing me at the end of the day, I got your back when they try to dim your light. Overcoming that storm that they said that you wouldn't heal. How they try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, even financially. Emotionally saying that you was unstable. But overcoming a vision that they couldn't relate to. That's confidence. That's what allows you to go within that unconditional love that truly hits different. Looking in the mirror, you're beautiful, you are handsome. You overflow the wrong cup of who that you allowed yourself to pour into you. Only rest the hold on 1 second. God allows you to see your reflection. That humanity is worthy, regardless of what you're doing in your journey. I'm not your general respect that my content is not for everyone. It's not. You know, gang stalking is real until it's your household and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. My content is not for everyone. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I'm far from a witch. And I say that respectfully. I'm not even on respect with a heart. It exists that you couldn't relate to at the end of the day. When you try to outsmart me. Said I was slow, stupid, and retarded. I was a nobody. Everybody has good, bad days, misunderstanding days, but I still know how to respect my neighbors. I never had hate in my vein. The energy has different. My neighbor put me in competition when I was never competing. Something they couldn't relate to was stay in their lane. To actually heal and remove that mask. I actually still knew how to respect my neighbor even when they couldn't see. Certain folks couldn't relate to them, but hold on 1 second. They would never understand how I still didn't overlook me. That's what happens when folks look at you like competition. And they try to paint a narrative of somebody that you're truly not because that's what they want you to be. I never thought I was better than nobody. I just understood boundaries. I just understood the folk they couldn't relate to with self-love when it comes to confidence. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. You know, when someone threatens your life that nobody will ever believe you regardless of what someone's tax brackets is, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. God saw everything behind closed doors when it comes to the emails, the lies that they had to tell. One thing I never had to do was run from my past. Even when it comes to he say, she say, hold on 1 second. God allowed me to see my reflection while I stand before myself today when they said I was mentally ill. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Everybody doesn't heal the same when it comes from trauma. When it comes from trauma, understanding pain, coming from poverty, they would never understand how long 1 second. I still know how to respect my neighbor. Just stay in my lane. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, regardless if you got a speech problem, if you got a disability problem, or someone says that you don't have potential. They so inspired by you, but they sitting there taking notes right to left. Got you part of a country that you was never part of. Trying to take the narrative at the end of the day when it comes to character traits, only the rest of hold on 1 second. They said that you couldn't fulfill. They painted you out to be something you truly wasn't. They took your character traits and made money off of you. And And then they said that you was mad. But God allowed you to see a point of view that they can relate to. How self-love can truly last. You know, my content is not for everybody. And I may not make sense to the average person. But never give up on yourself when someone's in the background, or let alone not just someone. When it takes a group of people to go up against one person, never give up on yourself. Even when they're in the background trying to have you robbed mentally, physically, spiritually, even financially. I'm not easy to respect that my content is not for everybody. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone regardless of what next door neighbor and no tax, in any tax bracket or any county, zip code, or whatever the case may be. Try to say at the end of the day, that was their creativity when it came to their vision. But they was in the background hacking my devices. Gang stalking was real. Then they said I was mentally ill. They tried to paint a narrative trying to get me locked up, put me in a psych board, telling me, Russ, hold on 1 second. God saw everything you was doing. Even when he was plotting to get me robbed, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even jumped. You said that nobody's going to hear me. You said I thought I was better than somebody, but that was never the case. It'd be the train of thought for me. We ain't the same. I just knew how to respect my neighbor. Something that you can relate to. Was finding peace. You know, people pick and choose who they want to bully. And I say that respectfully. Like people pick and choose who can play music. People pick and choose who can walk into this store. People pick and choose who can sit at this table when it was never assigned to nobody and it was out in public. People pick and choose who they decide to say, you know what, I'm going to create a hate train towards this person because of the fact that they have confidence and I want to dim their light when it comes to their self-esteem. You know, we all not the same. If you truly so healed at the end of the day, you wouldn't be wearing a mask to kick your neighbor down. And I say that respectfully, to see them down, let alone frown. When you don't want them to maintain a smile that you can't relate to what's going with the next hill. We ain't the same. I worship the good God with no malicious intentions. God was never for sale. God was never for likes and views or clout chasing. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, regardless to who's trying to paint a narrative against me or trying to paint me out to be somebody I'm truly not. Because one thing I don't do is run from my past. And I say that respectfully, and I can repeat any he say, she say conversation. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Don't dim your light. Go, you neighbor, far from a hater. We are not the same neighbor. No, for real. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, that maturity hits different when it comes to elevation. You know, someone actually pouring into you, not shortchanging you. Someone showing you what communication skills looks like up close in person, meeting you halfway when it comes to common sense conversation. Someone showing you that you're passing your reality, something that you wasn't running from, your reflection, which you overcame. Like, hold on 1 second, and made you the man and woman that you are today while you look in the mirror. You know, when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. They're not projecting spell work towards you, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They're not energy harvesting off your energy, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They're not trying to destiny swipe with you, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They're not hacking your devices or gang stalking you, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content is not for everybody. And they damn sure don't look at you like competition. No, it's the truth, though. Maturity actually hits different when you're acting your body weight, not just shoe size. Doesn't matter your tax bracket. Regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, when you step out on faith, you have to start somewhere. Folks will try to humble you and try to shortchange your vision that was already indoor within you. Folks will try to humble you because you have confidence. Folks will try to humble you because you said, you know what? I want to learn how to cook today. Folks will try to humble you because you're stepping out doing something different. Folks will try to humble you because you decided to pick up a book and read it today. Folks will try to humble you because you said, you know what, I'm going to step away from that abusive relationship and I'm not going to allow myself to continue to pour into somebody that can't even respect me. Why would I keep pouring into somebody that can't even show up for me, let alone keep their hands to themselves? They want to verbally, physically, emotionally abuse you. You keep showing up for a relationship that can't even show up for you. They picking and choosing. All that alone, you decide to walk away and let that door close to understand another chapter in your life. Something that you wasn't running from was your past, because it's making you the man and woman that you are. And it was never for likes and views or cloud chasing, because it was your reality. Growth. That next chapter in your life, you chose you. Didn't matter about your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, your religion, or your culture. You stepped out on faith and said, you know what? I'm gonna go get that degree and go to school for this. I'm gonna go become a minister and do right by God. You know, because God was never for likes and views or clout chasing. That is just different. I want to do something different for my community. Regardless who tries to kick me down and discourage me because they said I wasn't worthy. Who do you think you are? Never lose a vision, becoming your best self version of yourself. Because when you choose you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. And I say that respectfully. We are not the same. No, in the trade, though, only be yourself and I'm gonna listen to this. My constant by that's okay. And even when you step out on faith, becoming an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what it is that you're doing in life. When you're stepping out on faith, they're not going to understand why. It's not meant for them to understand your comfort zone. It's you choosing you. Even when you got folks throwing sport at you, even when you got folks in the background trying to blackmail you against you to get you locked up or put you in the sideboard or to paint a narrative that you're not after they done hacked your devices and they committed a crime. Now, in the trade, I said what I said, hello. Then they try to flip the script on you. It's that you wasn't running from a reflection of you. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Never get upon yourself when someone tries to project fear in you and tell you that you can't show up for you or you're not worthy of choosing you. Because the right people, the right community, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no misintentions. And when someone threatens your life and says that nobody's going to ever believe you at the end of the day, regardless, they're going to have the whole community go up against you. Never get discouraged or get upon yourself. And especially when you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. We may not pray the same, but respect is a two-way street. I ain't have to get physical. I don't hurt myself to understand that, hold on 1 second, God was leading me that day. When it comes to hold on 1 second, I respect myself not to lose myself. I wasn't wrong for speaking up for myself when you said I was mentally unstable, slow, stupid, and retarded, whatever the case may be, dysfunctional. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Gang stalking is real until it's your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. I'm Naive and Respect, and today is currently July 8th, 2025. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Peace and respect to your neighbor. Suck the voice. You many words on them. Your line go you. Never on them. Your line. No, ain't the train on me. God darn it. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. When God sends direct people into your life, respects a two-way street. They don't look at you like competition, and they don't have hate towards you, jealousy or envy towards you. They would never look at you like the mindset of having jealousy, hate, or envy towards you, and they'll be in the background making sure that nobody sees your reflection. They would never be in the background trying to dim your light to discourage you. They're going to shout you out and respect you, show you that you are worthy when it comes to being authentic. Something that you truly had was potential. When the outside world tried to discourage you, they would never understand that God was pouring into you. Understanding charm and pain, still be patient with time, and they understand the reflection they couldn't relate to, which truly going within. We may not pray the same, but you didn't have hate in your vein. Hold on 1 second. Your neighbor said you wasn't worthy, but they look at you like competition, trying to antagonize your character to get you out of character. Ah, God said I got you, baby. I got to remove my hands off of you. I'm naive and I'm respected. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself when someone says that you don't have potential. And they sit there months, years, take notes and watch you, and even make money off of you, but can't even put respect on your name. And then they say that you big man, but you was far from that. Being authentic actually bothered their mental health. They didn't understand their own reality, self-love. They was doing stuff for likes if you talking about God, but we wasn't the same because I didn't have hate in my vein. So they couldn't relate to was actually having a heart. No, I gotta go. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully, regardless of who has you shadow banned, or who has to pay people to have a hate train towards you, or who's trying to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even emotionally, or try to plot a hate crime towards you. Always speak your truth, and never stop loving you, and never stop choosing you. Confidence is good on you. You are beautiful, you are handsome, you matter, you're worthy. People pick and choose who could talk about God. People pick and choose who could talk about spirituality. But we're not the same far from a hater. That energy is different. I know how to respect my neighbor. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. You matter, you're worthy. Always be yourself. I'm not here to you respect.
Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the voice. Man, you rather don't dim your light. Go you, neighbor, don't dim your light. And I don't worship the devil, neighbor.
I don't. Always be yourself. It's not a crime to be authentic. I'm far from a copycat. That blueprint that God endured with that innocent person, it can't be duplicated, and I say that respectfully. Keeping up with a transaction at the end of the day, that was just a testimony that wasn't a mistake. I'm not talking about narcotics, and I say this respectfully. They would never understand the vision that you had to take to go with it, understand those footworks when it comes to your steps. You know your steps is already ordered when it comes to your anointings. That love, hold on one second, the unconditional love allows you to heal. How you maintain the smile, even when you got lost in your words, when folks wanted to see you down. You matter, you're worthy. You found balance when you least expected, that peace fine, but then God allows you to see your reflection while you stand before yourself today. When the outside world thought they was humbling you, God been humbled you a long time ago. They would never understand what made them so uncomfortable. It's why you chose you. Always be yourself. I'm nice, I'm respected, I'm far from a hater. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself and never stop having a good heart because someone wanted to shortchange you. They wanted to disrespect you, make you frown. They ain't want you to elevate, so they try to kick you down. That hate crime worked on the last person. That person not able to speak up for themselves today. Whatever they did to the last person they was trying to do to you, make you uncomfortable, but you found peace with it and understand your reflection while you stand before yourself today. Always be yourself. I'm far from a hater. And you're not wrong for speaking up for yourself when someone threatens your life and says that nobody's going to believe you. Regardless if you have a disability or not. Regardless if you have a documentation from a doctor or not. There's so many innocent people that get put in situations where they end up incarcerated or where they end up in it doesn't matter where it actually is, because you can go to the store, the laundromat, you can go to the doctor's office, you go to the courthouse, you go to the schoolhouse, and because someone's able to control the narrative of your life, they would try to shortchange you because of the fact that you was willing to choose you. Standing up for yourself when you wasn't trying to hurt yourself or others around you. They didn't want your voice to be an opinion. They didn't want your voice to be heard because they wanted to be a one-sided conversation so they can control the narrative until it's their household. And they were not like that because everybody's voices matters. And especially when you're the innocent person that didn't have to do anything to nobody. But someone wanted to blackmail you because they decided they want to do their job. Someone wanted to blackmail you because they wanted to control the narrative at the end of the day because they hold high authorities at a job site, or they hold weight in a community, or they hold weight when it comes to, hold on one second, ain't nobody gonna believe you. I'm nice, I'm respect, always be yourself, no intentions. God is not for sale, God never was for sale. I gotta go, always be yourself, but no one less intentions. I gotta go. Protect your energy, protect your family, stop the violence, stay out of trouble, humanity worthy. Today is currently July 2nd, 2025. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime. When God sends the right people into your life, that respect is different. It's not that you're running from your past, but God closed certain doors in your life for all the right reasons to show you how unconditional love can truly last. The right people truly pour into you. Respect is a two-way street. Imagine overflowing, hold the wrong cups, only to rest the hold on 1 second. Folks is actually relatable to you. Hi, neighbor, and the shake on me. I can pour into you till you pour into me. We're not shortchanging each other. Elevation looks different, maturing. And your body without your shoe size, God, to tell a lie. We may not pray the same, but respect the two-way street. The energy is different. Always be yourself. They gave up on you, they overlooked during your journey. You still trying to find peace within. You still trying to find you when it comes to healing trauma and pain, regardless of it's childhood trauma or going into your adulthood. You matter and you are worthy. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. Healing trauma and pain was not an act. It wasn't a script. It was something that you truly was mentally going through and what you were trying to overcome to understand it. Hold on 1 second. It would never stop. It was never stop. Because growth looks beautiful on you. We don't overlook you. Pouring into you. Continue to blossom, butterfly. You matter, you're worthy. With all the lies they have to tell. Always be yourself and no malicious. I gotta go. I'm nice and I respect when it comes to my creativity, regardless of trying to blackmail me against me. I create my own creativity, regardless of what next door neighbor, any tax bracket, try to lie on me and say they created my creativity. It's a lie. It's only one night and I respect. And I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Regardless, they got me shadow banned or not, or whatever the case may be. Always be yourself. The right people see you, hear you, and respect you with no misintentions. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. Not entertained, have a good day.